For decades, if you saw El Salvador in the headlines, it was usually for one reason: violence. This tiny nation, the smallest in Central America, was once known as the murder capital of the world. It was a place defined by invisible borders, where crossing the wrong street could cost you your life, and where gangs held more power than the government. But today, if you visit El Salvador, you aren't walking into a war zone. You're walking into one of the most radical, controversial, and high-speed transformations of the 21st century. The change began in 2022 with a massive, unrelenting crackdown on organized crime. In a matter of years, the government imprisoned over 2% of the entire population, building some of the largest prisons on the planet. The result has been a statistical miracle. Homicide rates have plummeted to near zero, and regions that were once no-go zones for the police are now hosting international surf competitions and tech conferences. But this safety has come with a heavy price. To achieve it, the country has lived under a continuous state of exception, suspending many civil liberties and drawing sharp criticism from human rights groups worldwide. El Salvador has become a global Rorschach test. Is a total loss of privacy and due process worth the price of walking the streets in peace? Nowhere is this new El Salvador more visible than on the coast, at a place now officially branded as Surf City. Here, the rugged Pacific coastline provides some of the most consistent right-hand point breaks in the world. What used to be a niche destination for the bravest backpackers is now a booming hub of luxury hotels and beachfront cafes. The government isn't just selling waves. They are selling a brand of a modern, cool nation that is open for business. And that business is being conducted in a way that sounds like science fiction. In 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. It was a move that many economists called a reckless gamble. Today, you can use a digital wallet to buy anything from a high-end dinner in San Salvador to a pupusa from a street vendor. The country is even using the geothermal energy from its own volcanoes to mine Bitcoin, literally turning the heat of the earth into digital gold. It is an experiment in financial sovereignty that the entire world is watching, some with admiration, and many with deep skepticism. But if you look past the headlines of crypto and crime, you find a landscape that is breathtakingly beautiful. This is the land of volcanoes. There are over 20 active peaks packed into a territory smaller than the state of Massachusetts. You can hike to the summit of the Santa Ana volcano and look down into a glowing, turquoise sulfuric lake, or watch the perfectly conical Izolco, once known as the lighthouse of the Pacific, because its constant eruptions guided sailors for centuries. In between these peaks lies the Ruta de las Flores, a winding road through the highlands that connects a series of colonial towns. Here, the air is cooler, and the hills are covered in some of the finest coffee plantations in the world. Towns like Ataco are famous for their vibrant murals that cover almost every wall, while Juayua hosts weekend food festivals where the scent of grilled meats and traditional corn cakes fills the plazas. This is the traditional heart of the country, a reminder of the culture that survived the long years of conflict. As we move deeper into 2026, El Salvador feels like a nation holding its breath. It is a place caught between its dark past and a high-tech, highly controlled future. It is safer than it has been in living memory. But it is also a place where the military is a constant presence on street corners. It is a country that has bet its entire future on the volatility of cryptocurrency and the strength of a single leader. Whether you see it as a blueprint for fixing broken states or a cautionary tale of rising authoritarianism, one thing is certain: El Salvador is no longer a place the world can afford to ignore. It is a tiny country making a very loud noise, proving that even the most entrenched realities can be overturned almost overnight, if you're willing to pay the price. Thanks for watching.